The house lights are down. The only thing illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air is the ghost light, that single, bare bulb on a stand in the center of the stage. It's my favorite time in a theater, not when it's roaring with life, but when it's sleeping, when it's just waiting. It's the most honest a stage ever gets. I'm sitting in the third row, my leg tucked under me, just breathing it in. The old velvet of the seats, the scent of lemon polish and decades of hairspray. This is my church, my sanctuary. Has been since I was 16 years old and snuck in here to escape the world that didn't understand me. Tonight was fine. The crowd was good. They clapped in the right places, they laughed at my jokes, but something was off. In me, not in them. I felt like I was going through the motions, like I was tracing a drawing instead of creating one. My eyelash was itching, my tuck was too tight, and my heart felt distant, like the real me was watching the performance from a million miles away. You ever have those nights? Where the makeup feels more like a mask than a revelation? Where the wig feels heavy, not like a crown? I was just about to haul myself up and go start the dreaded task of taking it all off when I heard a creak, an old familiar creak from the stage left stairs. I froze. I thought I was alone. And then she walked into the pool of that single ghost light. It was Gloria, Miss Gloria Divine. She must have been 90 if she was a day. She was a legend, one of the pioneers. She built this very theater back when doing what redo could get you arrested. She was wearing a simple silk kimono over her house dress, her feet in slippers. Her face was bare of makeup, her hair a soft, thin white cloud around her head. I'd never seen her out of drag. She looked small, and yet she still commanded the entire space. "I thought I felt a restless spirit out here," she said, her voice raspy from decades of whiskey and wisdom. She didn't need a microphone. It carried. "Saw the light on, figured it was either you or a very talented ghost." I tried to form an apology. "I'm sorry, Gloria, I was just sitting," she finished for me, easing herself down onto the edge of the stage with a soft grunt. Her legs dangled over the side like a child's. "Tough crowd?" she asked, though her tone said she already knew the answer. "No, the crowd was great," I sighed. "It was me. I just felt flat, like a glass of champagne that's been left out all night. All the fizz is gone." She nodded, staring out into the dark, empty auditorium. "The fizz," she repeated softly. "They only see the fizz, don't they? The bubbles, the sparkle, the pop. They don't see the vineyard. They don't see the years it took to grow the grapes, the stomping, the fermenting, the dark, quiet time in the bottle." She turned to me, her eyes catching the dim light. "You think I got on this stage every night feeling like a goddess?" I didn't know what to say. Some nights I was terrified. Some nights my feet ached so bad I wanted to chop them off. Some nights my heart was so broken I thought the weight of my own chest would collapse me. I'd be in the wings hearing my intro music and I'd think, "Gloria, you are a fraud. You are a man in a dress and you have nothing to say." Her words were like a punch to my gut. She was describing my exact feeling. "What did you do?" I whispered. She smiled, a network of beautiful lines spreading from her eyes. "I put one foot in front of the other. I walked into the light, and I opened my mouth. Because it wasn't about me in that moment. It was about her, Gloria. She was a vehicle, a spaceship I built to get out of my own head and take everyone in that audience with me. The makeup isn't a mask, child. It's a cockpit. You're not hiding in there. You're piloting." She reached out a bony, veined hand and placed it over mine. Her skin was papery, but her grip was strong. "They see the sequins, but they don't see the thread. And honey, the thread is the most important part. The thread is what holds it all together. The thread is the boy who got called a faggot and dreamed of a world where he could be a queen. The thread is the countless hours practicing a lip sync in a dirty mirror. The thread is the friendship of the other girls backstage, helping you glue your hairline down when you're crying your eyes out. That's the thread. And you have to sew every single bit of it into the garment. That's where the magic is. Not in the sparkle, in the stitches." I felt a tear escape, tracing a clean line through my foundation. I didn't wipe it away. "You think you're having an off night?" she said, patting my hand. "Good! Use it. Tomorrow, sew that feeling into a number. Make it funny, make it sad, make it real. That's your job. You're not just an entertainer. You're a storyteller. You're a surgeon, and your life is the scalpel. You cut yourself open night after night, and you show them what's inside. And you make it beautiful." She pushed herself up slowly. "Now help an old lady off her stage. My bunion is killing me." I stood and offered her my arm. She took it, her weight light against me. She walked toward the stairs and motioned to the ghost light. "They only see the flight," she said. "They never see the claw marks you left on the ground trying to take off. But we see them, don't we? We know the price of the ticket." She disappeared into the wings, her slippers whispering on the floorboards. I was left alone on the stage. I looked out at the empty seats, but they didn't feel empty anymore. They felt full of potential, full of stories waiting to be told. I walked over to the ghost light. I didn't just see a bulb on a stand. I saw a beacon. I saw the first light and the last light. I saw the light that holds the space for all the magic in between. I picked up my purse from the front row and headed back to my dressing room. The process of taking it off didn't feel like a chore anymore. It felt like a ceremony. Each wipe of the cold cream wasn't erasing her. It was thanking her. Each bobby pin placed back in the jar was a promise to call on her again. I looked at myself in the brightly lit mirror. The boy was there, tired, his eyes a little red. But I could still see her right there under the surface. The vineyard, the thread, the stitches. I leaned forward, closer to my reflection. "Tomorrow," I whispered, "we fly again."